The concept of exploitation in the workplace is far from new. It has its roots in the Industrial Revolution of the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Workers toiled for long hours in hazardous conditions, with little regard for their health or safety. The exploitation was stark, visible, and brutal. Child labor was rampant, wages were meager, and the work environment was often perilous. As society progressed into the 20th century, blatant forms of exploitation began to wane, thanks in part to the rise of labor unions and the introduction of labor laws. These protective measures ushered in an era of improved working conditions, better wages, and a reduction in child labor. Yet exploitation found new ways to persist, often disguised in the form of economic pressures and subtle power dynamics. The post-war period saw the emergence of a new form of exploitation: wage stagnation. Despite increasing productivity and profits, workers' wages remained stagnant, leading to a widening wealth gap. This era also saw the rise of the burnout culture, where employees were expected to be available around the clock, blurring the lines between personal life and work. As we moved into the 21st century, the digital revolution brought about unprecedented changes in the workplace. While it offered flexibility and convenience, it also introduced new forms of exploitation. The gig economy, characterized by temporary, flexible jobs, often leaves workers without the security of a regular income, benefits, or labor protections. Meanwhile, the increasing prevalence of unpaid internships exploits eager young professionals under the guise of experience and exposure. Today, exploitation has become more subtle and sophisticated, often hiding behind the veneer of modern work cultures. From the expectation of constant availability to the normalization of unpaid overtime, from the glorification of overwork to the lack of job security in the gig economy, exploitation continues to persist in different forms and guises. In summary, the evolution of exploitation in the workplace has been a journey from overt, brutal forms of abuse to more subtle yet equally damaging manifestations. Starting from the harsh realities of the Industrial Revolution, we've seen the rise and fall of labor unions, the advent of wage stagnation and burnout culture, the digital revolution, and the rise of the gig economy. Through it all, exploitation has evolved, adapted, and survived, often hidden behind the progress and convenience of modern working conditions. This evolution serves as a reminder that progress in the workplace is not merely about technological advances or economic growth. It's also about ensuring fair treatment, dignity, and respect for all workers. So, as we forge ahead into the future, let's strive to build a workplace that's not just productive, but also free from exploitation in all its forms.